What's going on, my beautiful governors? Today's video, glory and a disaster. Our KvK is ending just in a few days, and as you can see, we won the KvK and our allies, and it was such a glorious victory. However, for myself, it was a disaster. The long story short, for the past couple of weeks, I did everything that I could so that I can fight in this KvK after getting zeroed. I tried really hard to upgrade my commanders, increase the number of troops, work on my equipment and everything. And the day I live streamed, in the morning of the day that I live streamed, we had the baby, I had to leave, and my city was left in the King's Land, so we got zeroed again. However, I'm going to give you guys a step-by-step timeline, what happened from the beginning until this point, so that you can visualize what a disaster it is. Now, first of all, shout out to our allies and my kingdom. I'm going to leave soon, of course, but 2884, it was such a great KvK. I wish I could contribute more, and I was really hoping that I was going to, because I really trained a lot of troops and everything. I try to maximize my value always, all the time, but that didn't happen. Oh my god, the baby. Now, let's start from the beginning. So a few months ago, I decided to take a break from the game for around a month, but the thing is, I made a very amateur mistake, and that mistake kinda butchered my disc KvK as well, apart from getting zeroed. And that mistake was taking that break right after we entered the KvK. I took that break at the start of our previous KvK, but unfortunately I was already in the KvK. So what happened is, all my crystal chests was automatically consumed. I had a lot of crystals at the start of the KvK, but since I did not participate in this KvK, I didn't even log in probably. This means I didn't complete any KvK quests and I didn't get any crystal chests. And starting in this KvK, I had no crystal chest at all, so let alone getting zeroed, I also had 0 crystals, so I was behind everybody else. So that was my first major mistake, taking that break at the start of the KvK after my crystal chests are consumed. And the second thing was, that wasn't actually a mistake, you already know what it is. Since I wasn't participating in this KvK and I was totally gone for a whole month, I guess my kingdom thought that I quit the game and they zeroed me. And that happened in the home kingdom. And when this happened in your home kingdom, you don't have Hall of Heroes. Now, I got zeroed in, we will get to that, but I got zeroed in KvK. But the good thing is, I'm going to get half of my troops back. 50% return ratio, which is great. But in your home kingdom, you get zeroed, You just basically lose every single troop that you have. And that's what happened to me. I lost every single troop that I have. So now, when I returned to the game, I was in a huge comeback mode, right? I decided that I'm going to revive my account, a month break, plus getting zero, plus having no extra crystals for the KvK. I don't care. I'm going to come back and I'm going to make videos about it. I'm going to make content. And I did. I actually did. If you look at my previous videos, I kind of shared step by step the progression of the account, and at some point I had enough troops to run 3 great marches with a 50% army expansion. Keep that in mind. When I fight in the KvK, I always fight with a 50% army expansion, because it makes a huge difference. So if you're gonna fight with a 50% army expansion, 210k troops or whatever is just not enough. You need 350 plus, because you're going to get troop capacity from the technology, and you're also upgrading your troop size 50%. So you need 350k plus, unless you're a high spender and unlocking, every single army expansion like this, call to arms, troop capacity to the max. And I actually managed to get there. I had enough troops to run 1 infantry march, which was Guam primary and CPO secondary, 2 cavalry marches, Nevsky primary, Joan of Arc secondary, and my third march, my second cavalry march, was my recently expertise Ho Chu Bing paired with William I. And speaking of pairings, this Ho Chu Bing William pairing, it was like a killing machine. They were insane. The number of kills that I get with this march, because I was using all 3 marches at the same time on the field, but the number of kills that I was getting with Ho Chu Bing and William was pretty much all the time doubled or almost tripled compared to Guan CPO, and 1.5 times to 2 times, almost again doubled compared to Nevsky John. When it comes to getting kills, Ho Chu Bing William was insane. They were like a killing machine. So I'm very happy that I expertise Ho Chu Bing. I also get my William to 5551. I'm super happy with that march. But that's not the point. Now, we recovered, we got enough troops, we are fighting on the field, and what happens is, I publish a video, finally ready for field fighting. I explain the progression, I go over my commanders, my equipment, armaments, and number of troops that I have. And then, after a short time, I started a live stream. And it was the first time that I was completely ready to fight in the Kingsland. And I started the stream, as you can see the title, Kingsland also, that is Spartan in 12 hours. So what happened is, we did around an hour live stream, and then I ended the live stream. However, I was still, I was lying on the bed, I was casually playing the game because I wanted to stay in the Kingsland because I was behind, right? For kill points, I was really behind because I didn't have troops. I got 0 before, so I was trying to catch up. So I didn't leave the Kingsland. I was still playing off stream, and the birth was scheduled for the morning. However, then it happened. My wife told me, we gotta rush to the hospital, baby is coming. So we did. I threw my phone, we jump in the car, and we drive to the hospital. And then it happened. The baby was here, and from that moment, from the moment that my wife told me that baby is coming, until a week later, I forgot about everything in the world. I forgot that I had a Rise of Kingdoms account, I had a YouTube channel, whatever. And of course, the worst thing happened. If I remember correctly, we were fighting around here with our enemy. And my city was on the front line because, as I said, I was trying to catch up with kill points. And I had to log off immediately. And then a few hours later, I got a message from a fellow player in our alliance. He got zeroed in the Kingsland. I said, what happened? And he said that the flag was destroyed. So my city was completely naked. It was defenseless because I wasn't in the alliance territory. So of course, the enemy zeroed my city. But as I explained on the previous video, this time it is much better because we have Hall of Heroes. So we didn't actually use all of our troops. We only lost 50% of it, which is much better. However, after I got zeroed, I made a major mistake. Again, a very amateur mistake. And that was healing my hospital. Yes, we had a healing buff, and when I see that healing buff, I immediately heal my troops. And for me, that was such a waste, such a bad move, because what I should have done and what you should do in a similar situation is, you should wait until the last days of the KvK, just like this one, 12 hours left. But the main thing that you should do, you should get as many crystals as possible. For example, just use all your Kahar bomb missiles, right, to maximize your crystal. And then stop everything you are doing because you got zeroed, you almost have no troops, and KvK is about to end. So what is the point of, let's say, upgrading your marching orders, right? There is no point, or upgrading your call to arms. So what I should have done is maximize my crystal, get as many crystals as I can, and then just simply work towards Special Medicines 1 and Special Medicines 2, decrease my healing cost, the resources, as much as possible, and then once I'm finished with Special Medicines 1 and 2, heal my troops so that I could have healed my troops with the least number of resources. But I don't know, as I said, it was a very amateur beginner mistake. When I saw that healing buff, I said whatever, just clicked on healing, and I pretty much wasted a lot of resources. Because if you guys know, when you get zero, when your hospital is full with a lot of T5, the build and the number of resources that you need to heal your troops back is massive, couple hundred millions. And I could have definitely saved a lot of resources. But as I said, I made a very crucial mistake. I kind of wasted my resources because I should have waited until I upgraded to the max, as much as I can, my Special Medicines 1 and 2 to save a lot of resources. But I didn't. That was another mistake. In the next video, we are going to migrate, hopefully, to another kingdom. I haven't purchased the passports yet because right now we have KvK ceremony, and I really want to wait until I get my 12 sculptures or whatever. I think it was 12. Let's see. Yeah, in total 12 sculptures from KvK ceremony before I migrate. When I get those sculptures, and in the meantime, I will buy the passports, I will find myself a kingdom, and then I will migrate away. I will, of course, make a video. If you don't want to miss that, hit subscribe, and a like will be very helpful for the channel. Hope you guys liked it. I see you on the next one. Goodbye.